What's up, Rangers Fab Shop? So, got another video today. This is cheap modifications for a Ford Ranger. Here's the first one. Get yourself, go on Amazon and look up Draw Tight Ford Ranger trailer hitch. This is like about 200 something bucks. It has bolts to the frame. This is the towing capacity. And you can just get you saw one of these ball mounts here. And another thing, normally on a Ford Ranger you'd put a 4-way plug. And if you want to know what a 4-way plug is, this is a 4-way plug. I have one sitting right inside my garage. Let me grab it. Not that. There we go. This guy. This is a light-duty trailer connector. They have them on jet skis. Now, I know that for this truck it would be perfect, but hear me out. Now, some of you guys may know what a 7-way flat is. 7-way around, I think. I don't know. What you want to do in these Rangers is take this side of your whichever side license plate light. So, as you can see in this state of California, this 2024 plate tag, right? This 2024 plate tag is being lit up. So the cops, if they're behind you, know your vehicle is up to date and registered. You want to take a 7-way plug, and these Rangers, these bumpers have a big enough hole to fit this thing right through. You just need to cut out with a Dremel. You need to cut out your bumper cover. This one's a piece of garbage. It's all messed up. You can see. That's the second thing that you want to do when you buy this. This is a Bargman 77. This is a nice plug, and you want to run your 8-gauge 2 cables. You want to get a wiring kit for a brake controller. Kurt sells it, I think. But you want to get your Kurt one, and it looks something like that. And you run it up along the frame to your front of your truck. But if you go up under here, I have all crimped and shrinked connectors, heat shrinked, and these are soldered on wire-proof plugs. But on these trucks with 3 lights, so your tail light, your turn signal are separate. On a trailer it's not. So what you need to buy is it looks like, let me get it down. Let me just pull it down real quick. This is from Hopkins. It's a little box that goes from your truck, and it connects, all these wires connect. You just connect it up to there, you cut it, and you solder it in, but you gotta put heat shrink on it with a heat shrink. And then you now your 4-wire, now it's from 6 wires to 4. And then you want to go into your trailer light plug, and then you have your trailer light plug wired up. Now, you don't have to get a Bargman one. You can just look up 7-way. Some have like a little 4-pin here and a 7-way here. That's what I would get. Now, another thing, if you go on Amazon and you get the Eagle Eyes taillights for these trucks, they look amazing. And what I have found is they have the best body gap, because these ones line up the best out of all the other Chinese ones. These are from Taiwan, but still probably same place, but these ones fit the best, and because this bed is all messed up, and on a truck that's not, they do fit way better. Next mod, plastic bed liner. You can get these for very, very, very cheap, or you can get your roll-on stuff. Probably cost you maybe $100 at the most. Oh, wait a second. Let's go all the way back to the trailer light plug. This had cost me about $15. The receiver costed me about 200 something, and the converter kit costing me about 20, and the wiring kit costing me about 20. So you're gonna spend about 300 something bucks. But the ball and the bumper, that ain't safe. This is better. This is on there. Now, your bed liner, you want to get one with these caps, and to protect your bed floor, a Tractor Supply toolbox. These are just dope. You want to screw these down too to your bed, but on this side, you have to be careful because oh, that's weird. Because your fuel hose is running there. See that fuel hose? The 2 screws are right next to it. They're going to the bed. Be careful of that. Very careful. Because you could drill through your filler neck hose and then have to cut it and put a splice in the middle. And you don't want to do all that. That's just stupidity completely. So just make sure you don't drill through your hose by using short screws. Or what you do, take an old license plate and you put it on top of that hose and bend it around, so when you screw it down, it'll take less time to get through the license plate than it would the hose. See what I'm saying? Alright. Next mod. Pioneer speakers. You can get these on Amazon for like 30 something bucks. Just worth it. They're the TS something. I'll go show you guys the box. But they're the TS TS G16 4F. These guys here kick butt. These were about 30 something, 35 bucks maybe. Now, that was about 35 bucks. Make the audio system sound way better. The original speaker wire in here is good stuff. It's perfectly fine for speakers. These are 6x8s, not as good as for bass. You notice how most subwoofers are round? You want bass? You put a 5. I think if you look those speakers up, that's the size. But you just kind of gotta get them in there with some in between the 2 screws at like an angle like this, and then you gotta put some. Then it'll just mount right up. I believe this has got 3 bolts holding it in. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't rattle. If these doors weren't all messed up. If these doors weren't all messed up like this, these are getting new doors. Look at this. That thing's worn out, them hinges, and this whole door is just garbage. Now, since this whole door is garbage, the speaker that's inside of it, right? Kind of rattles it. You want to take some sound insulation, I think I have a chunk of it somewhere, but it's up there in a row, and it's that stuff. And when I had it, what you want to do is take your door panel off, and on this part of the door skin, you want to go all the way down it, and on the front behind this door panel, do that. Just do it. It's better. Now, another audio system modification is also forgot. Those speakers in the front are plenty powerful for this cab. It is loud in here. You don't need these back ones. Just take these out. Take the old factory ones out. It ruins them. It takes up power, and they're probably blown up anyway. Next mod, 10-inch subwoofer. I got this on eBay for $100. It's well worth it. Had this amp laying around, wired it up. If you have a single subwoofer, there's 2 slots where it says bridged. Put your positive on that positive bridge side and the negative on the negative bridge side. Now, I had the carpet up. Take your sound matting, and you want to do this whole underside of this carpet. it is sound matted. And I can prove it because it's up under here. I'm not gonna take these out, actually, that was a bad idea. But the whole roof is, the whole inside is. That door is definitely messed up. This one's actually, I'm probably gonna keep it because it has the tag, and I can just fix these door pins. I'm gonna keep this door. I think I'm gonna actually sound mat it a little bit later. Third mod, or something mod, I don't know. Video tachometer. This is well worth it. I got this for a steal at a swap meet, and it works, and I put the little green thing on it, so it lights up green. On these older Ford motors, or any motor, I have a vacuum gauge in this blank vent slot, and it also lights up green because I'm swag like that, and I got it from my dad. I think he had it out of like a semi or something, I don't know. Next thing, for about 100, maybe 100 bucks, almost 100 bucks, depending where you are. From Walmart, Pioneer DEH DEH S31 BT. This thing kicks, man. I love this stereo. Bluetooth thing, it's good. You turn the bass on, sounds like butt. Don't do it. Here's the brake controller. This is another mod. Now, this isn't very big truck. So let's say you're backing a boat into the boat ramp, and your brakes on your truck are not, the weight of the boat is pulling you back, and you can't stop your truck, and you pull this lever, that will save you from going into the lake. And my dad said it ain't worth brake controller. I had this one sitting around. I said, screw you, I'm doing it. You don't want to get pulled back into the water or something, or let's say your brakes go out on your truck, or they lose, stiffness or whatever or something. That is something for safety. It's not a big truck, and that's exactly why. The amount of weight the trailer's pulling doesn't matter. You always want to have a brake controller in any vehicle. It makes it very safe. Now, rubber floor mats. This is a nasty 31-year-old carpet, and with 300,000 miles of feet on it. It's nasty. Now this is the carpet where no one's feet have gone. Beautiful. I'm gonna get this cleaned up in a one-day ring. Now, another thing. Here's another modification. This thing has a Flowmaster dual Super 10 exhaust, and I can show you that right now. I'm not gonna start the truck because I don't feel like it, but here's the exhaust tip on one side, all new piping. Had this done at an exhaust shop, cost maybe $1,000, I don't remember, but it'll make your truck sound good, man. That vacuum gauge, by the way, you can monitor how your engine's running and your fuel miles per gallon, but you watch a video on how to read one of those. Here's your exhaust, here's the muffler, and it goes into a Racing Cat, and oh, is that rust? Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that. We'll just, I didn't see that. Oh, that's got a new piece, that's got a new rocker welded in it. Isn't that funny? All right. Another modification on any Ranger that's this year 93. Look at the front of this thing. That looks aggressive, and it looks higher up. There's these valance pieces, and one of them is up there. There's two. You unbolt both of those, looks lifted. You take some black spray paint and you do all your parts down there. Makes this truck look mean in the front, I swear to God. There's another modification. Keep your stock headlights. These are really good, actually. And you polish up this, wet sand it. Took me a couple hours to do. It wasn't that expensive. These were 30-something bucks on Amazon. There are dynamic, and they're with Sylvania LED bulbs. Now, if you do that, the LED bulbs were about $14. These are about $30. You're gonna have to go spend $20 at your local Napa Auto, and you're gonna buy a turn signal resistor and wire it to your turn signal part of this, because this doesn't draw enough current to make your turn signal lights flash. And I did this because look, it looks like a big blade sticking out in there, and it's bright. Another thing, Auxbeam 9007 headlight bulbs for this thing. Real bright, real bright. Here's another thing as well. So, take your hubcaps off and you sand all the chrome with 80 grit or a wire wheel on a grinder or flap disc or something. Get all that big chunky stuff off. Or if it's not peeling, you just sand it. You spray it with Raptor-Liner. It makes it look a lot better. Another thing. Let me think, what's another thing I did to this? So these trucks from factory have this weird dome light in them. When it's just a weird looking dome light. And this is from an 83 Ford Ranger or an 87. And it doesn't have the switch in the middle. Because on those, on this year, it was the first year with the switch to point it different ways. It's stupid. But every time you shut the door, it wouldn't turn on again because it was all messed up. So I just took one that is out of a 83. And it lights up and shuts off, and lights up and shuts off. That is the modifications that I've done to this truck. And also I've taken the back mud flaps off. But that is some easy, cheap modifications to do to a 93 Ranger that makes it so much worth, or any Ford Ranger really, that's older Ford pickup, any Chevy, any Dodge, that'll make it really for cheap, make it nice, make it comfortable. This truck here is gonna get this door is getting replaced. You can't fix that. It's all bent. And this whole driver's side here, this part here, it's getting taped off. And it's gonna get black Raptor-Liner sprayed down here. Then because you ain't gonna find another color door, I'm gonna get this duplicate color. I'm gonna do the whole top half, and then the rest of the truck isn't the same color. It's going to be the same color. This paint's perfect, and that paint's pretty much perfect. So it won't look that bad. And I painted the hood flat black because it was peeling. Cheap modifications.